U.S. News and World Report has the meanest hit piece I've seen by Peter Roth. I want to try to get him on. We have the former German defense minister. We have one of the top people in the Japanese government. What is he, number 2 or 3? We have all these scientists, all these engineers, all these physicists, all these military people, all these firefighters and police, the majority of the victims' family groups. We've had them on the show. The heads of the group saying the majority of our members, at least half or more, believe it's an inside job. That was 3 years ago. We have a New York Times poll, 94% believe the government's lying about 9/11. Charlie Sheen 3 years ago on CNN, 83% in their poll agreed that there was a cover-up. We're the majority. And you have this tiny cabal trying to make us feel like we're bad, we're stupid, we're evil. And when Charlie had this idea for 20 minutes with the president, I had no idea how big it was going to get this quick. I mean, it's just off the charts. I mean, we're talking 24 hours into this, and it is just everywhere. And Charlie, again, is focused. He has to, contractual agreements. He wants to focus on his TV show. They do the rehearsal tonight, shoot it tomorrow, air it Monday. 2.5 Men. But next week, he's taking time out Friday to be here. And I've asked him, I said, go ahead and do TV now, but he wants to focus and try to do that. He may do some stuff on the set. He's not sure if he can duck away on TV. I've told him go for it. National TV is in the works and a lot of other stuff and some other things behind the scenes that I don't even want to get into. I'll let Charlie talk about it on Friday if he wants to. God, he's got a lot of courage. Man, this is real. I can't believe I'm going up against these people. But you can't back off when you know they're murderers and did this. Richard Gage, in closing, you're going to be in New York speaking twice. People can find out more at Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. What's the best website? Yeah, it's AE911truth.org. Stands for Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, AE911truth.org. And I think, by the way, Alex, National Geographic did us a favor. That hit piece was so bad that even thinking people will see the major, obvious attempt to slander the truth movement and actually look at us and find out what the heck's going on. Really. And that weird woman's voice going, truth is. But then when she talked about the other people, she had a normal tone. And it was like a snake voiced it or something. And it's just an absolute travesty. Do me a favor. I'm going to let you go, Mr. Gage. We appreciate your time. Contact me in a week or so when you're ready to release those transcripts of what really happened in the interviews where he's promising he's going to put that out. I'd like to have you on the air to expose that, to just show the deception. God bless you, my friend. Thank you, Alex. I'll see you on the road. All right, amazing individual, Richard Gage. We appreciate him coming on with us. A lot of courage. Been through a lot that he doesn't talk about. Man. I haven't really even thanked any of my sponsors today. We're coming up with Professor Stephen Jones at 8 after. I want to hit some World Bank news, world government news. Just look at this, McClatchy newspapers. But I wanted to zoom in on that while I'm plugging this. I want to tell you about eFoods Direct. This is the best storable foods company I found. I bought from 3 or 4 other places samples, one big load. It had MSG in it, genetically modified, packaged in foreign countries. Well, that is not the case, ladies and gentlemen, with eFoodsDirect.com. And they're the biggest outfit out there and the longest continually operating. And so they give you the best deals. And they package their food every month. It wasn't made 10 years ago or 5 years ago. So high quality, what I have in my storable foods area in my garage lasts more than 10 years and climate controlled, 10 years in your garage, your attic. eFoodsDirect.com, eFoodsDirect.com, the letter E, then FoodsDirect.com, or 1-800-409-5633, 1-800-409-5633, and all these crazy times. If we do turn into Argentina like the Associated Press has top economists saying we are, you're going to need to have storable food. I hope that's not the case. Maybe we can stop it. The point is, it's an insurance policy. eFoodsDirect.com or 800-409-5633. Don't forget also, I've been so busy, I've been plugging the online video bookstore at Infowars.com with all the books, the videos, the T-shirts, the ball caps. That funds our operation. We need your support. If you believe in what we're doing, make a purchase of the great information today at Infowars.com or subscribe to PrisonPlanet.tv. The best of times, the worst of times. So much happening. For those that don't know, we had Charlie Sheen live on today with us. We also aired that 21-minute interview I did a few weeks ago at his home. A video interview I did with him is going to be airing tomorrow, and he'll be live with us on the air again Friday for 9/11. And he's going public for the 9/11 families who've called for a new investigation,
for the 6 9/11 Commission members of the 10 that come out and said it's a fraud, a lie, a hoax. We're doing this because we want to get the truth out and want our children to live in a free country and a free society. Hitler used stage terror to get control. Stalin and Lenin did it to expand control. Mao did it. The czars did it. So many other governments do it, and the criminals running our nation are doing it. And people need to face those facts and demand the truth. Professor Stephen Jones is going to be coming on with us about 30, 35 minutes, and I am going to hit all this World Bank, world government news. Let me just hit on some of it now, but I want to be honest. I want to dig into my stack from yesterday that was taken off my table, which is good. The guys clean up my pigsty in here. It gets really messy. But I had a bunch of articles in my stack. Oh, here's yesterday's stack, where they're openly announcing Argentine-style collapse for the United States. And where all of this is coming out. And so I'm going to go over that, and when Professor Jones leaves us, I'm going to cover that in great detail. But, I mean, here's one from today. A year after financial crisis, a new world order emerges. And then here's another one. Obama to seal U.S.-UN relationship, the first U.S. president to be a president and the head of the International Security Council. And he's also the head of the National Security Council here that runs the FEMA camps, Homeland Security, the 400,000 troops. The Army openly says they're going to put on the streets of America. They're doing acclimation drills everywhere, running checkpoints for PR things that they think the public will buy, helping people at car wrecks with the jaws of life, searching people for alcohol and drugs. Totally illegal. Regular Army, regular Marines, confirmed. I mean, the establishment really wants to take over so they can loot and rob the country. It's like when a bank robber comes in, says, hands up, tells the security guard, drop your gun, put your hands up. I mean, they want our guns. They're saying hands up. They've introduced the bills to do it. They're saying hands up with the Army. The good news is the Army's full of a lot of good, awake people in many respects. So they're hiring a lot of illegal aliens and foreigners and criminals. Now, that's pretty scary. It's kind of like what the government did shipping in the drugs in the 70s and 80s in Miami. I was watching a documentary, Cocaine Cowboys, about that jogging on the treadmill this morning. And, it had everything I already knew, but there it was in video with the police saying it and admitting it. And because of the crime wave, they then got rid of all the rules. Police could be drug users and be on the force. And police, then it turned out, it said the entire new class got killed or went to prison. The program shows cops saying the entire new class, I think I said of like 1980, 81, I forget, in the film, all died or went to prison. They were all dealing drugs. Of course, it's a $500 million a year industry in the U.S. alone. And you can launder that money. So it has that multiple value of the fact that they can launder it and the banks can loan out 10 times for every dollar they've got. And then the BBC just calmly admits the U.S. is guarding the poppy fields, but so the Taliban doesn't get it. And then you see opium production go up 10, 11, 12-fold last time I checked from the liberation of Afghanistan. It's about controlling opium, which is another 500 billion globally. Produces over 80% of the world's opium that's turned into heroin. So it's just pouring out of there. And then I hear local police, one local cop's got a radio show, and he's a nice guy, I've met him, but he gets on air and says, I just can't believe that officers would deal drugs. I can't believe the government would deal drugs. What are you talking about? Serpico, all of it, LAPD. How many times have the police and the government, the CIA, how many times have CIA aircraft crashed full of cocaine and heroin? And then they put people in jail if they get caught using it. It's a sick joke. We have to admit the government ships in the drugs. We have to admit they're staging the terror so they can then set up the police state. Then they got the military involved in the war on drugs. Now they're going to use the military on the American people. They got the military involved in fighting al-Qaeda. Now they say, Homeland Security document that we broke says we're going to use the Army against you. And then we get sent secret documents and they break in mainstream news where the Army's watching me, Ron Paul, and others. The Army is watching me? What for? I'm calling for peaceful liberation.